Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 5 in the NMV for September 5th, 2023. My son, attend unto my wisdom and bow your ear to my understanding, that you may regard discretion and that your lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But her end is as bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. Lest you should ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that you cannot know them. Hear me now, therefore, you children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove you way far from her, and come not near the door of her house, lest you give honor unto others, and your years unto the cruel. Lest strangers be filled with your wealth, and your labors be in the house of a stranger, and you mourn at the last when your flesh and your body are consumed, and you say, how I've hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of your own cistern, and running waters out of your own well, lest your fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of water in the streets. Let them be only your own, and not strangers with you. Let your fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of your youth. Let her be as the loving hind in the pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy you at all times, and be you ravished always with her love. And why will you, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of man are before the eyes of Lord Jehovah, and he ponders all his goings. His own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be held with the cords of his sins. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly shall he go astray. Man, his own iniquity shall take the wicked himself. Our sins will take us out, and he shall be held with the cords of his sins. So we talk about being in bondage. So much of Proverbs is just like pleading with the child. Like, listen to me. Please listen to me. Got stuff to say. Took me a long time to learn it, and a lot of other people's a lot of hard lessons to learn it. Listen to what I'm telling you. Please listen to what I'm telling you. If you listen to what I'm telling you, these good things will happen. And if you don't listen to what I'm telling you, these bad things will happen. Hey, my son, listen to my words. Tie them around your finger, bind them on your heart, right? Or write them on your heart. Over and over and over. These are important things. These are important writings. And specifically, to stay away from the strange woman, the foreigner, right? Because Israel, loved to bind with the other nations and kind of hybridize what Yahweh told them compared to what everybody else was doing, because it was interesting or fun, but my wife likes to do witchy things and whatever, it's all good. Not all good. Get told over and over not to do that. And Solomon, of all people, is uniquely qualified to give this advice, because that was part of his struggle and his issues, right? Both as a king and a really rich guy, and apparently a pretty smooth operator, so had all kinds of wives and concubines and encounters, let's say. So if anybody's going to explain to their son how it ends, or what should be done, I would say he's pretty qualified, right? I'm saying don't share. Don't share. Just be content in your wife and the love that you share, and don't defile yourself by just being with anybody. And why? Well, besides the practical things, all the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Lord Jehovah, and he ponders all his goings. So we'll bind ourselves up with our own sins, and we'll make our own downfall. So if we don't listen to wisdom and instruction, he shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. I don't want to be in that number. So I'm going to keep doing this. I know I said I was interested in doing the Passion, just for giggles. So we're going to keep exploring a couple other versions. A lot of versions are sort of private, right? So what I'm curious is, am I not supposed to be reading them on the air? Does this come as fair use since they're in small pieces? And then I give commentary. For instance, I don't know, we read the HCSB, which I think is the updated CSB. So I need to check into that, but the CSB I don't believe was in my app or in the Bible app, or website that I was using. But we did read the ASV, if I'm not mistaken, the American Standard Version. So yesterday I was very excited in that I liked and subscribed to a Bible review channel because A, curious to know what top tier premium Bibles look like these days. B, the guy was having a giveaway for a Schuyler Bible of your choice, so I liked and subscribed it. You can check, I believe, in my subscriptions on this channel if you want to look. It's the Bible review channel. But a little bit later in the day, I saw a set that he was reviewing, just the thumbnail, but it had multiple books in it, in a gradient, from black to gray to white. I was like, this is interesting, I'll bite. And what I thought it was going to be was multiple translations, right? So the KJV, and this is Young's literal translation, and so on and so forth. No, it was in fact a different version of the 1901 ASV that's been updated as the American Literary Version. He did a Kickstarter. He raised over $1 million. He got this, I guess it probably started as the ASV, and then because he got so much money, he was able to pay people to actually do a revised translation for this purpose. But it's a 5-volume set of the Bible. It does include the Apocrypha. Take it or leave it. It's interesting to read, and it allows me to have more discourse with my Catholic brothers and sisters. So that's that. But it has the Pentateuch and I believe the minor prophets, and then the major prophets, and then the writings and the Apocrypha and the New Testament. I believe that's how it's set. And they're all cloth-bound, chalk-based, not wood-based paper pages with friendly print, no Strong's Concordance numbers, no reference numbers, no cross-reference numbers, no footnotes, no nothing. It's just friendly, nice type on a page with a page number. So you can just read the Bible like you would Harry Potter, which I think is nice, because for people that are easily distracted or dyslexic with all the numbers and clutter and stuff going on, it can be difficult, right? So my wife saw this and my son saw this, and they were both like, this is really cool. I showed it to them when I got home. So I went ahead and bought it. I'll put the link in the description for the couple of people that watch this if you're interested. The only thing it'll do is, if somebody buys through the link, it will give me $10 cash with them, which, I mean, if I get a couple of buys, I can get a blank book of it for a notebook for notes as you read through it, which is cool, but I'm cheap. I spent my entire work day yesterday working so hard to buy this Bible set, but what are you going to do? So right now, they did it on a pre-order batch. I believe it's like $20-something off on the set, if you want to get it. And then you can use the Bible Review Guy's code. I'll have to link his description in the channel too, to get $10 more off. And then, hey, if you got the Cash App card, check your boost. I got 10% more back on the purchase. So for about $160 without the Cash App discount, you can have a really awesome set and a unique Bible to read. I plan on using this, provided I get it. It says ship date mid-September to through October. So when I get it, we'll work it into the translations. Maybe November, depending on when I get it. Maybe October. I count it as an early birthday present to myself. So, that's really it. I'll put the description in there. I'll put my link to buy in there if anybody's feeling generous. You can use my link and still put in the coupon code from Bible Review Guy's video, which is in the description of his video. Man, I had a rough night. I'm just put it that way. The system crashed. Worked all day for a $50 bounty, whatever you call it, bonus. System crashed. So for over an hour we sat here. No orders went out. Was not able to accept an order in the allotted time. Missed the bounty. Midnight rolls over. 10 minutes later, orders start flowing again. They said I tried to reach out to support. It was a system-wide thing, so I squawked. Maybe I'll get my bonus. Maybe I won't. Because I did deliver for like 3 more hours last night and made every other delivery asked of me. So, assumedly, getting 3 and 4 orders at a time, I would have hit that 1 delivery bonus. I digress. I also had the opportunity of getting more humbled by falling in front of a customer, stunt guy style, right? So knee is scraped up, tried to roll over their package, but their soda still got shaken up, and managed to grip my phone with the death claw, as I do, and, bruised my elbow up and scraped it up pretty good. Knee looks much worse. But, I could recover from that. It's much worse that I did it in front of a customer. So, number one, they're upset because their sodas are shaken up. Number two, we all know what it's like to fall in front of somebody. So, just tried to shake it off, and I apologize. I sent him some texts, profusely apologizing, but overall, everybody was good to me last night, and including my last delivery of the night. Got a sign, but I couldn't get it because they left, and that's a whole thing. That takes a whole thing. But my last delivery of the night tipped me so much. They were so generous. It was totally uncalled for, but all you can do is say thank you. Thank you to you. Thank you to God for putting that on that person's heart to do. And I don't have a whole lot to say. I need to get this video uploaded. I need to get so many daily videos uploaded, and slow steps, right? Slow steps. Getting my mind organized because my house is getting organized. So, clutter-free house, less cluttered mind, for sure. And I know a lot of stay-at-home parents struggle with this because it's like, I just want to do blank. Just want to make a sandwich. Well, I got to unload and load the dishwasher, this, that, and the other thing. My wife even saw this meme going around, this reel, and pointed it out. I'm like, that's what this is like all the time. That's why learning to focus, even for a couple of minutes at a time, is extremely important, especially in our current environment where everybody's just scrolling a couple of seconds at a time. So, waiting for this last order. System might be down for all we know again. And then I'm going to head home. You know the drill. More coffee, maybe a small snack, off to my shift. In the meantime, I got to hit the farm, get my vegetables from my community-supported agriculture farm up the street. And if you don't get your food that way, you need to look into a CSA. You need to find a local farm. You need to pay them ahead of time so they can operate and cover their bills as a small farm. And then they give you all the fresh food of the season. It's awesome. So pick that up today. It means we'll determine our menu for the week and feed everybody really good. Last night we got sun gold cherry tomatoes and cute giant chunky cucumbers from our garden. I don't know if the onions came from our garden, but and then mommy made homemade pizzas also with some of those ingredients. And in the sauce, she makes like a combination tomato, pepper, basil sauce. Excellent. I'm gonna run out of talk time. I need to get things uploaded so that I can have a longer episode again. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Check that Bible out, the Bibliotheca collection with the American Literary Translation. Even if it's not your cup of tea, I think it's worth checking out. You can buy the New Testament by itself, and that might be a gift idea for a lot of people. I screwed up my purchase last night. I bought 2 sets because I didn't do my Cash App thing. I canceled the 1 set, and then I felt bad about it because Dad's birthday is coming up right when my birthday is. So if I'm buying myself a set for my birthday, I should have just kept it. You know what I mean? My parents do their Bible study and do so much for me. So maybe another order's in the works here before pre-order ends. That's why I got it immediately, because I always miss out on stuff. Go check it out if you're interested. Don't miss the pre-order. It's like $20-30 off. Have a great day. Go with God. Be blessed.